Hi folks, and welcome back to another Travels of Red Rover. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Corinne.
And where are we today, Creede?
Today we are in Creede, Colorado.
And this has got to be one of the coolest little towns I've ever been to.
We're going to take a walk around, take some travel photos, and share with you a few of our tips along the way.
So Corinne's broken out the big 35mm camera for today, and I'm going to be shooting on the lowly iPhone.
That's a DSLR, not 35mm anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's still kind of a 35mm.
He's dating himself.
I'm dating myself, yes. So anyway, well, we're expecting to have a really good time, and we hope you enjoy this video. So Corinne is walking in front of one of the coolest things in the town, or in any town that I've ever been to, an underground mining area fire department. How cool is that? So I'm walking around in the fire department right now, which is all underground. I suspect it was part of a mine at one time. And it's all tunneled out so that each of the engines fit, including their water truck, big water truck, dump truck, another water truck in the back. And a cool Cougar. I mean, how cool is this? What other town do you know that could basically tell you that its fire department is an underground cave? That is got to be one of the most interesting things I've ever seen.
And here are a few photographs that Creede captured at the fire station.
So the county offices for Mineral County are here in a beautiful new building in Creede. The one thing you'll find when you come to visit Creede is the folks that live here have gone out of their way to be creative and colorful. And it is a wonderful spot to take some interesting urban photographs.
One of the helpful things when you're doing travel photography is understanding your light and where your sun and shadows are. At the moment, we have some cloud cover, so that helps so that we can photograph street scenes on either side of the street, and we're not concerned about which way we are facing and what direction the sun is from. We're getting a nice diffuse light, and it's not creating harsh highlights or deep shadows.
One of the reasons that I really like using a simple iPhone or a very straightforward DSLR or mirrorless camera is there's often a lot of potential compositions when you're in a little town like this, and it can be really difficult to sort those out. So with a simple camera, I can just take as many photographs as I want and not really worry too much about getting everyone perfect. And then later on, we'll often go back if we find something that we really like and get a little bit more serious with the shot.
One of the things I'm always on the lookout for when I'm doing travel photography is really unique signage, something that's bright coloration, or unique artwork that sets apart this little town from other places that you might visit. What you're looking for are things that give it real character.
Forget about signs and rules, oh, the pavement and the long, long roads, yeah, and you're always in such a rush, with your life playing from the stereo, oh. But all alone, and you're always staring at your phone. You need another great relief. We all need a turn and leave. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever, never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now, 'cause I can't wait. Let's put on our...
So one of the things that we try to be careful of is often in these little towns there are galleries and art shops where people are selling their paintings and photographs. Be careful not to photograph those. That's really not cool and is not appreciated. When you do go into a shop and you're photographing the wares inside, make sure you ask permission, and even better, why don't you buy something? So Corinne and I bought a nice little piece of fudge from the store that we were in and looking at.
And it's nice to taste a little bit of the local fare.
Yep, we're going to have this with a cup of coffee. Don't forget to walk down the side streets. Sometimes you'll find the most interesting buildings and that along the streets off of the main street.
A lot of towns will do something with art for the local area that really depicts what their setting is, and these are a great thing to capture in your travel photos. You might do the whole building with the bikes in behind, or maybe just an individual mural.
Many fishes in the stream, and down the boulevard of broken dreams. So we'll make a little change in pace, a minor shift of time and space. Oh baby, this time will be gone forever, never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now, 'cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long. Oh baby, this time.
When you're walking around, always be on the lookout for the eclectic. They often make some of the most interesting photographs.
If you're doing signage of stores, consider doing both sides. You might find that one has a better exposure than the other once you get home and develop your pictures.
Begins to come before it's too late. Hurry now, 'cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long, all night long.
Another thing to look for when you're in small towns is for the local churches. Often they are absolutely gorgeous. They're frequently extremely well taken care of, even if the town is quite poor and maybe even failing a little bit. And often they'll be some of the most gorgeous buildings in the entire town. And they're often some of the most photogenic as well. Often a local park will provide some inspiration and some interesting opportunities for different compositions. Sometimes the parks are well cared for, sometimes they're not. They're almost always got something interesting in them. And it's really just a case of spending a little time walking through them and bumping in to that interesting thing. It's not unusual to find the local museum actually in the local park. It's one of the things we find quite often. And sometimes in these little towns, they can be quite interesting. And if not open, they often have a lot of good displays on the outside. One of the things we have found these days is a lot of the little local museums are actually closed. Or if they are open, they're only open for a very short period of time. When you're out creating travel videos, especially ones that you want to be able to remember or show your friends, remember to take some time to photograph those things that are characteristic of the area. You know, Creede is a mining town, so getting something like this big mill on a photograph is really important in order to tell the story of the town. Now, the other thing to remember is that the light is not always going to be good to photograph something like this, especially when this is on private land and you have to stand a fair bit away from it. We just happened to luck out today. We passed it earlier today and it was all in shadow. We've come back later in the afternoon, and now that the sun's way off in the west and we get these big dark clouds behind it, it's really quite beautiful to photograph. So try to do that. Sometimes you're going to have to come back to the same place several times. If you have the chance to do that, make sure you do, because often the changing light will really improve the quality of the photograph for you.
Hey, if you've enjoyed these travel photos, maybe you'd like to come out and learn more about how we compose and set up these pictures.
And if you happen to live in the Las Vegas, Nevada area, Corinne and I are going to be teaching a class at University of Nevada at Las Vegas where we explain all the tips and tricks.
If you'd like to know more about our class, just check out the description and the link that's provided. Hope to see you there.
Take care and bye for now. Well, Corinne and I are taking a little break and just getting a little rest after having a nice ice cream cone. That's, of course, another important part of doing a little travel vlog. Don't forget to sample the local ice cream.
Or coffee, if that's your thing.
At any rate, we enjoyed the day here in Creede, and we sure enjoyed bringing you folks along. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up.
And if you'd like to see more of our videos, I hope you'll consider subscribing.
And as always, if you want to know when we release videos, hit that little bell button down there.
And if you have any questions or comments or thoughts you'd like to share, please put it in the comment section down below.
Again, until next time, bye for now.
Bye for now.